Okay, in this video, I will be talking about control versus chaos of me, myself, and I. Basically how, I don't even know. I'm just gonna start talking. All right. So, one thing I've been no, this will be a processing video. I'm sick. Anyway, one thing I've been processing is how directionless I am without people. And here's another example of this. So the other day, I think it was like the beginning of the weekend. So I had like the whole weekend ahead of me. So my sister, who doesn't have, she just paid all of her bills and turns out she has no money. Anyway, so I was like, ooh, I can help her fix this problem. I know solutions. I'm like, girl, you need to be donating plasma. Like, come on, come over here. Let's download the DoorDash app. Let's go DoorDashing. Let's fix this. And so I'm like so TESIing her problem, trying to like help her figure it out. And she's like, okay, yeah. She's like, so she agrees to it that we're gonna meet up and we're gonna go DoorDashing together and stuff, because I know how to DoorDash and I just wanted to make her feel comfortable, because I think if she just did it, she could like realize that it's actually super easy. And anyway, essentially the point was I was trying to help my sister make money, and I didn't have a plan for my day, but once she decided that we were gonna hang out and that I was gonna show her how to DoorDash, I all of a sudden was able to concentrate on everything that I needed to concentrate on, or just like little things that had needed to get done. Like I was just crushing through goals. I was like doing all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, and she calls up. She's like, "Hey, actually, it doesn't work this evening." And I was like, "Oh shoot!" And she does this a lot, and it's really frustrating. But she's working on it. I understand. And also, one thing I have to realize too is, sometimes I wonder if it's no. What am I wondering? I think I can figure out how to get my sister to say, no, I don't think do I feel that way? Whatever, I don't know. I guess I was thinking like I can get people excited up really fast sometimes, and they can be like, yeah, let's do this. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I didn't think about this. Maybe that's not such a great idea. You're actually a little psycho, Caroline, so no thanks. Maybe not. I don't really know what data I'm pulling that from. I just threw that out of my brain. Anyway, the point is, she decided that she couldn't come over, and I was devastated, and I literally had to stop. I was shopping at the time, which is super hard for me. I think I was shopping to buy clothes for myself, which is like the most draining thing in the world I can think of. Anyway, but I was doing it, and I was getting it done. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm getting clothes. And she called, and she couldn't hang out, and I just like had to sit on a bench and process, like, oh my goodness, like, my brain. Everything in my brain disappeared. I was like foggy. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like my whole day is ruined, basically. And I was kind of like feeling down, and I was like, I'm so pathetic, and I don't have anyone to be with. And because like that, the whole week before that, it was just like a whole repetition of me going to work and coming home and sitting by myself, and just like, it was just not fun for a very extroverted EJ week. And so I was like really needing some people interaction. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Panera Bread, because I had a Panera Bread gift card, and I went there. It was like for $15. I was like, I've been saving this gift card for so long, and I've been looking at it in my wallet and dreaming of the day when I get to use my Panera Bread gift card, because I was gonna get whatever food, because I was like, $15, that'll buy whatever I want for at least one meal. I can get whatever I want, and it's gonna be free. Well, when I got in there, I got like the soup and the sandwich thing. Anyway, I bought my stuff, turns out, in a cup of a drink of water. Okay, I'm finally realizing what the whole, like, you know, analogy versus like sensing thing is. And I'm like if I was I would have never explained exactly what I got to eat, but I'm not, and so I'm like explaining everything. But anyway, the point is, I got my food, and it cost $22, and I was devastated. I was like, and that did a whole other number to me. I'm like, oh my goodness, my brain was messed up before. My brain was DE messed up. Now my brain is SI messed up, because the math didn't add up right. And I was like, I just didn't see any of this coming. And so I sat there, and I was just like, I was just a pathetic little blob at the time. Just sitting there like, I have no direction for my life. Of course, it resorts to direction. Instead of direction for my day, it's like direction for my life. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and I'm like thinking of all the things I like that are wearing me down, and I was like, I'm just a sulky little mess. And so then on the group board, I realized that my Pennsylvania friends were hanging out at a corn maze, and I was like, dude, I could actually do this. Like, I don't have enough time to get there if I jump in my car right now and go. So I do this. I get in my car, I jump in my car, and then I decide that I'm going to Pennsylvania to do the corn maze, which, by the way, corn mazes in Pennsylvania are so much cooler than corn mazes in Virginia. The corn is above your head, and you can go at nighttime. Anyway, I actually just had my coffee for the first time today, and this is really obnoxious. Like, I was really less like all day, and now I'm just like explosions, and it's so warm in here. Okay, yeah, so I was like, I got in my car and I drove on over to Pennsylvania and I did the corn maze, and then I literally drove back that night. So I drove 4 hours to hang out with my friends for 2 hours and drove back, which was fine because I don't mind that sometimes. And yeah, they're all married and like, oh my goodness, kissy kissy. Just kidding, I'm just jealous, obviously. Anyway, oh yeah, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about chaos, like chaos in my life. So essentially, if I don't figure out DI what I want, I will always, no matter how much planning I do in life, or no matter, like, literally my whole savior functions are just like invalid. Like the whole processing last thing blows my mind, because it's like, okay, my saviors are that I can like basically group dynamic, but like also too, if I never process anything very much, like everything I do, if I do 100 things, basically only 10 of those things actually pay off, because if I would have done the processing, I would have known that I only had to do the 10 things to get the thing I want instead of the one. I don't know if I'm making sense, but anyway, I wanted to talk about chaos and control in my personality type, because I'm at TESI, blast, play, consume, sleep, so like I should be more controlled, right? And I am a little more controlling sometimes, I think, but I'm also the most chaotic person in the world. But it's like, so yeah, like I didn't figure out what I wanted, so I was subject to the chaos. And this is just the world, and it made me understand too why everyone does everything, like, because it is what it is. Like, if you don't plan, you will be hit with all of the chaos. It's just interesting. And so it's like, no matter what I plan, like I didn't see that coming, because I didn't process what I wanted. And so it's like, if I would have processed before time, like, oh, maybe I could go to the corn maze, I could have figured it out, I could have done all these things, I could have, because like I also have some friends that live up there besides the friends that I was hanging out with that I would have liked to see, like some of my trail friends, and it was like I was really right up there in that area. I could have just visited them, but anyway, I didn't plan it, so everything was controlled. Everything had to be controlled. This happens to my sister all the time. Like, the OE is just so chaotic, and it stresses me out so bad, but yet I'm doing it all the time for myself. Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm controlling that's exactly, I'm controlling other people, but I can't control myself. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so I can definitely fake the control till I make it with the people around me, because they don't see how. Anyway, so, okay, another thing back with this whole chaos in my life, like, for myself, fixing chaos for myself, organizing for myself. Oh my goodness. I'm literally just repeating everything that I know. So like my car. Oh shoot, yeah, my car, like, turns out, basically, like, I have to fix my car. There's no way I'm avoiding it. And I am avoiding it because I'm not fixing my car. But it's like, dude, if I really don't fix it right now, it's just going to be so much worse later on down the road. Like, seriously, just, like, I'm literally going to be, but it's so hard because I'm literally going to be broke after I get my car fixed. Until I get my car fixed. It's so frustrating because I took it to the car place and I thought it was only going to take $700 to fix. Turns out it's going to take like $1,500 to fix, not including a whole bunch of other crazy variables that literally blows my mind how all of it all happened. And it's like, okay, I just finally started to be able to save money. Like, but like, I guess the fact that I even have that money is good, because it's like, I mean, I could have not had that money. I mean, yeah, it sucks that it's like literally all my money. So it's like, okay, once I get my car fixed, at least I'll be at zero and I can build myself up from zero. But it's just so frustrating because it's like, I've already been at zero. I'm tired of being at zero. And like, you would think $1,500 isn't like really that much in the light of like rich things, but like, it's a lot for me. Anyway, I guess it is like, but if I keep ignoring that problem, I'm gonna lose more money, and it sucks. And it sucks to see and admit that, yes, I need to give everything away. I need to, like, you know, let the chaos control me. I don't want to give you my money, car place. I don't want to give my money. I want my money. I want my money so much that I want to live in my, I want to buy a van so I don't have to pay rent. That sounds super pathetic. I know, it does. But people don't understand. Drink your coffee. I can't wait till I'm better, and I can't wait till my car's fixed, and I can't wait till I can... See, okay. I constantly... This is my rotation of life. There are 12 rotations in my life, which consist of 1 month per blah, 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 whatever. So, it's like, here's what happens. Here's the beginning of the month. Now, note the end just happened for the other months, but we're just going to say the beginning of the month. Oh, everything's going great. I'm crushing everything. Blah, blah, blah. During this span of the month, I literally, like, everything is awesome. Everything explodes. I'm, like, so happy. I literally destroy every obstacle in my life, in my path, and I'm, like, crushing everything. And then this comes along. All of a sudden, everything starts to go wrong and undo everything that happened here. And then all of a sudden here, it's like, boom, tidal wave. Everything's invalid. And then it starts again. And, like, it's all because of my stupid, what is it? Sleep last. Like, if I would just, instead, okay, it's going good. All of these crazy things happen where I'm manic, basically, and can do anything, and anything is possible. If I would just chill out right here. But this is the funnest part of my life. I love this section. I can do anything. It's awesome. It's what I live for, basically. But it's like, okay, if I just chilled out there and maybe, like, morphed it into this a little more and, like, processed that a little bit more. And then over here, it would not mess up this so much, and it would basically just morph it all into one, and I would actually achieve something. But am I achieving any? I am achieving things in my life. What am I achieving in my life? Coffee.